Welcome to the Spiritual Deep Dive in 5 podcast. So glad you could join us to spend some time reflecting on God and his love for each of us today. Make sure to like this video, hit the subscribe button, ring that bell. That way you'll never miss out on any of our content. The Spiritual Deep Dive podcast is posted Monday through Friday by Christ Church of Flagstaff here in Flagstaff, Arizona. And you can find more information about our church online at ccof.church. Thank you so much for watching, and we are so excited to see what God is going to do in your life because you are committed to spending time with him. Probably the most un-American verse in the whole Bible. Romans 12, verse 14. Don't get mad at me. It's not my verse. I didn't write it. Bless those who persecute you. Bless and do not curse. Verse 15, rejoice with those who rejoice. Mourn with those who mourn. Yeah, that one's not so bad. Man, verse 14, that's a doozy, right? It reminds us that when Jesus says, you don't have to go back very far in history where Jesus himself says the things that inspire Paul here in the Sermon on the Mount, Matthew 5, turn the other cheek. Don't pray for those who persecute you. If anyone slaps you on the right cheek, that's one I just said. Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. That's what we heard. That's how you and I were raised, right? Don't let someone hurt you. If someone does hurt you, hurt them back. Physically, emotionally, legally, monetarily. Jesus says, I tell you, do not resist an evil person. If anyone wants to sue you and take your shirt, hand over your coat as well. What? Anyone forces you to go to 1 mile, go with them 2 miles. Give the one who asks. Do not turn away from the one who wants to borrow from you. See, this idea that when people hurt us, the principle of non-retaliation for personal injury, and I think now today, emotional injury, social media injury, reputation injury, non-retaliation, no way, right? Like, you got to stand up for yourself. Someone's picking on you, someone's a bully. That's everyone's favorite word this decade. We're supposed to stop it when it's coming at us, not according to the New Testament, my friends. See, the New Testament says non-retaliation for personal injury. I know you don't want to hear it. I know you're going to protect you and yours. I get it. I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm just saying what this book says, what Paul says in the part of Romans we're reading. See, what the New Testament provides is guidance. When life brings up those against us, when people are against us, and they care nothing for us, and they're opposed to all that we stand for, we keep wanting to stand up for ourselves. We keep wanting to fight back. And personal injury, it's quite rare today compared to the ancient world. We don't have to deal with it as much as we did. And maybe you have. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. But what about emotional injury, professional, relational injury? What about all the people trying to steal our religious liberties? Chris, they're persecuting us. They're harming us. And Jesus said, bless them. Ask that they might enjoy the blessing of God. But Chris, they're trying to take away our freedom. This group of people is going to be more important than our church. Bless those who persecute you. Bless and do not curse. You see, love inevitably desires the best for other people, regardless of who they may be. The old nature, the part of us that's in so many ways, not just ingrained in our American values and our history, but ingrained in just our flesh. It says, curse those who curse us. Someone's rejoicing, knock them down. Someone's mourning, well, stay away. God says all the opposite things. Someone's harming you, someone's taking your religious liberty, your reputation, your money. Maybe they have physically harmed you. He doesn't say keep getting harmed. He doesn't say not report a crime. I'm not talking about that. But he doesn't say to pay them back. He says to bless them, to pray for them. the world, our culture, curse them, shame them, sue them. God says, ask me to bless them. And this passage too talks so much about rejoice with those who rejoice. Isn't that hard? The last thing, mourn with those who mourn, we can do that pretty well. We have empathy. But man, when someone else is happy and they're winning at life, do we feel like it's against us, like it's at our expense? Well, I think if we start with asking God to bless anyone who's against you today, don't take up your own cause. Let God take it up.